Good morning friends and welcome to the channel Total Output Power Solutions. Now in this video we are going to discuss about the 210 megawatt simulator coal handling plant and its operations. We are going to actually carry out the operations on the simulator, so stay tuned with the video. Now first of all we will see the working of the coal handling plant. Now the coal is brought to the power station by either of the three means of coal transportation: railways, ropeways and roadways. This coal is first conveyed to the primary crusher with the help of different combination of conveyor belts, and its rate of feeding is controlled by electromagnetic vibrating feeders. Conveyor belt before the crusher is provided with hanging magnets to separate ferrous materials. Stones are picked up manually. In primary crusher house, coal is first crushed to around 100 mm size. This coal is again conveyed to the secondary or the final crusher on belt system. Here, vibrating screens are used to feed crushers which bypasses coal of size more than 25 mm. In final crushers, coal is further crushed to the required 25 mm of size. This sized coal is then sent to bunkering belt, and with the help of coal trippers, this sized coal is finally fed to the coal bunkers, and this cycle is called the cold bunkering. In case the bunkers are full, then the available coal is stored in stockyard with the help of stacking belts or automatic stacker cum reclaimer. This cycle is called the cold stacking. Now, coal handling plant, we have got three mimics. Out of that, we will see about the first mimic, that is CHP1. The raw coal is received by road, trucks, railway wagons or by ropeway buckets. Maximum size of coal received is 300 mm. The raw coal is made to pass through a sieve mesh of 300 mm size. The wagon tipplers, dumpers or ropeway buckets are downloaded on this sieve from the coal yard. There are two wagon tipplers and one manual loading hopper with 3 gates each. The coal then travels on conveyor belts 11A, 11B and 12 through the vibrating feeders. From the feed gates G1, G2 and G3, the coal lands on conveyor belts 13A and 13B to go to the primary crusher house. You can see the mimic here. There are inputs are from the wagon tippler and the manual loading hopper. There are vibrating feeders. The coal passes through the gates and lands on the vibrating feeder, and then it is transported to the primary crusher house via conveyor belts 13A and 13B. Here you can see there are motorized three-way position feeders. You can choose the belt accordingly. If you want on only one belt, you can try that for that also. If you want to, then there are belt wears also provided, which can give you the total coal on the system. Now we go to the coal goes to the primary crusher house. The mimic is CHP2. The crusher house receives coal from belts 13A and 13B and lands on belt 14A and 14B through feed gate 4. Then belts 14A and 14B can also receive coal from stockpile through 3 feed gates. Coal weighing scales are provided on belts 14A and 14B. Magnetic separator MS2 takes away any foreign magnetic material from the belts before the coal enters the crusher. Here the coal is crushed to the size of 100 mm by the primary crushers 1 and 2. Crushed coal of 100 mm size is sent to secondary crusher by the belts 20A and 20B. Now this is the drawing, coal going to primary crusher house. The conveyor belts 13A, 13B, then this goes to the primary crusher house. You have got two crushers, primary crusher 1 and primary crusher 2, and after crushing through the conveyor belts 20A and B, the coal is taken to the secondary crusher. So this is the schematic. You can see the magnetic separator also, and so now we study about the secondary crusher house. You can get the mimic CHP3, and from there you can see coal of size 100 mm is received in the secondary crusher house via belts 20A and 20B. Screens are provided to bypass the coal having size 25 mm. So they are bypassed if the size is 25 mm. Rest of the coal passes through the crushers and crushed to the size of 25 mm and loaded on belts 16A and 16B having belt weighers. Finally, conveyors 17A and 17B take the coal to the motorized stipplers 1 and 2 provided for unit number 3, 4 and 5. Now here in the simulator we will be bunkering the bunkers of unit number 4. Coal measurement is done on the belts and also bunker levels are monitored as shown. Belt number 26 takes the coal for stacking. The dust management system is also provided as you can see in the mimic. You can see the dust management system there, and the coal now is coming from the primary crusher to the secondary crusher. You have got two secondary crushers here running, and the coal passes. You can see the measurement of coal is also there on the belt, and through the belts the coal is going to the, you can see the coal that will be on the conveyor belts 16A, 16B, and then after that it goes to conveyor 17A, 17B where the tippler is put on coal bunkers unit number 4, and you can see the bunker level also mentioned below that, which will indicate you whether the bunkering is in progress or not. Now the conveyor 26A and 25 and 26 here, they are meant for stacking the coal or reclaiming the coal. There is a stacker reclaimer that can reclaim the coal also, and it is taken via belt number 26 and belt number 25. So this is the simulator mimic CHP3. Now the actual operation, coal handling plant operations. Check that the high voltage supply 6.6 kV supply is available to the coal handling plant from the station. Then auxiliary supply of LT voltage is available. All crushers, screens and hoppers, belts with rollers and other mechanisms cleared and ready for starting. All permits cancelled. Primary and secondary crusher houses are ready. All dust management systems are ready and checked for operation. Important thing is firefighting systems are ready with 100% availability. All weighing systems are in service. Start the operations from the last belt, that is belt number 17A and 17B, so that if there is any coal on the belts or any from the crushers, it will go to the bunkers directly. Now the starting of the coal handling plant. First of all, start the conveyor belt 17A and B, then start the conveyor belt number 16A and 16B, then belt number 24A and 24B, then 23A and 23B, and then start the secondary crushers 1 and 2. Then start the conveyor belt 15A and 15B. All this you can do from the mimic of CHP part 3. Then go to the CHP part 2, start the conveyor belt 20A and 20B, then start the primary crushers 1 and 2, then start the conveyor belts 14A and 14B, then start the conveyor belts 13A and up to this you can start from the CHP part 2, mimic CHP part 2. Now go to the mimic CHP part 1, and from there you can start the conveyor belt 13A and 13B, then adjust the bunker trolley position for bunker 4. This you can do from E-field page number 25, 4 and 5, or you can do this from the mimic also. Start the conveyor belt 11A and 11B or 12, or you can start on both the belts. So you can use the mimic CHP part 1. Then confirm all the chute gate positions are in center. Now there is a tip here. Only for one stream in service, if you want to take only one stream in service, then change the chute glass gate positions to left for stream A and right for stream B, and center for both the streams, and do the operations as above. We are keeping it on center, so this can be done from E-field or from the mimic itself. Then start the vibrating feeders. You can use the mimic for starting the wagon tippler also. Wagon tippler from start vibrating feeder from the wagon tippler, and you can use the mimic CHP part 1. Now you can observe the bunker level for unit number 4 rising on the mimic CHP part 3. You can see that. So this is the starting of the coal handling plant. That is all you can do, and observe the bunker level which is rising. So let the bunker level rise to around 1 meter, and then it will continue to rise after that, but till that we check up with the CHP mimic. So please comment. Now we will start the simulator operations with this. Please like, share and subscribe. Total Output Power Solutions, Balewadi, Pune. Now we will carry out the simulator operations. So we first of all load the file, and then go to the, first of all we load the file, we run the file, then we go to the mimic CHP 3. CHP 3, which is the last mimic, CHP 1, 2 and 3. Here you can see you have got the coal bunker unit number 4, bunkers unit number 4, and there you can see the tipplers, they are running. So for bunker number 4 the tippler is running, and you can now start the motorized tippler is on unit number, bunkering the unit number 4. You can start the conveyor belt 16 and 17 as you can see here. You can start the conveyor belt so that whatever remaining on the belt through the crushers, that will go into your bunkers directly. Then you can start the belts from the, you have started the belts from the mimic, you can start the belts in the crusher house. So the conveyor 24A, 24B, similarly 23A, 23B, and then the crusher, you can do it from the mimic. So from the mimic you will be starting all these conveyor belts, as well as the crusher also from the mimic you can start. There are screens also which will be bypassing the sized coal directly onto the conveyors, those are going to bunkers. So you are starting the conveyor, the crusher, secondary crusher 1 and the primary crusher 1 and secondary crusher 1 and secondary crusher 2, and then you can start the belt that is coming from the primary crusher. So you have started the belts coming from the primary crushers. So now we go to the CHP 2 here. There is a direct link here. You can go to CHP 2 from this link. Now from this link you already see that the belts are running from the output of the primary crusher. So inside this we start the conveyor belts 20A, 20B, and then we start the crushers, primary crusher 1 and primary crusher 2. Now if there is any coal from the primary crushers, that will go to the secondary crushers, and after secondary crusher it will go to the bunkers. Now here you can start the belts, those are coming from the coming directly from the input, that is coal, the wagon tipplers or the manual unloading unit. So you have started those also. Now we go to the CHP 1, mimic CHP 1. Here you see there are 3 inputs: tippler, wagon tippler 1, wagon tippler 2 and manual loading hoppers. So you have started the belts, those are going 13A and 13B, and then we start the conveyor 11A, 11B and 12, and with that we start the vibrating feeder also. Now you see there are 3 gates here, G1, G2 and G3. We have put them in center from the E-field page number 4. So you have started the manual loading hopper. From the manual loading hopper, whatever is the by the bulldozers or so, whatever is the coal that is being sent, that is through the manual loading hopper. Now as soon as you start the wagon tippler and tippler house to hybriding feeders, you can see here you are having some readings on the belt that is showing you the some coal is going to the. Similarly, you can see here in the CHP3 also, some over the belts you will be having some measurement which will be showing you that the coal is passing over the belts. Now here, once the coal comes on the belt 17A and 17B, you will see that it is loading the bunker, and the bunker level also will start increasing. So now you can see from here from the tippler, the coal is going into the bunker, and the bunker level here will, you see now the tippler, it is showing some reading 0.3 meters, 0.4 meters. So once the coal is there on the tipplers, it will go to the, you can see the readings also, all belt wears they are giving readings. Now we go to the CHP3 mimic, wherein you can see that the bunker levels are increasing. Level 4 equal to 0.01 meter, 0.01 meter is there. So the bunkering has been started. So this is this. If you want to stack up the coal, then you can use the, if the bunkers are full, they can use the belt, you can use the belt 26, 25 and 26, which will go conveyor belt 25 and conveyor belt 26, which will go to the stacker reclaimer. Now you see here the levels are rising, bunker levels are rising, and L4 it is showing 0.06 meters. So with this we are, now we will load the boiler further by taking PA fans and coal mills in service in our next video. So till then, bye. You can join our simulator training course at Balewadi, Pune. Now the course name, this is the same course at 210 megawatt PC based simulator training for engineers and for students. Maybe the final year students, they can also opt for this. The course duration will be for 5 days and 2 hours each day. Now for further details, please contact Manohar Tatwadi, mobile number 937-216-7165. The address is 82806 Palladion, Balewadi, Pune 411045. So thanks for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe and share Total Output Power Solutions. I am Manohar. Well, I take your leave. I am Manohar Tatwadi from Palladion, Balewadi, Pune. Thanks once again.